So,
It stinks.
I'll start putting a little bit of salve on all the cat scratches.
yeah. I say his arms are pretty well wrecked.
That's max. For my healing.
I'm no longer bloody.
I'm not a
All right. The remainder of 3 minutes go by. You awake, bound, tied, extremely tight on the ground, everyone keeping their distance from you.
I assume I'm still out.
You're still out. I rolled a 10. Fish, you awake. You are bound, tied.
I'm no longer going crazy.
No.
Okay.
You have no recollection of what happened.
What is this indignity?
I just heard a point at the bard's face.
There is flecks of human blood and stuff all over your paws.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it was a wild night.
It's fascinating. Fascinating.
Yes, please.
Devin will remember
Yeah,
this.
too.
You can make a dexterity check to get out.
Alright, I'm asking them. So
Insight check.
She's clearly herself.
Okay. I'll go ahead.
Given that previously she was frothing at the mouth, attempting to murder everything that touched her or got near her.
You gave her rabies vaccine.
I'll untie her.
Yep, you were unbound. 7 more minutes go by. Your elf wakes up.
You okay there, buddy?
Probably.
Alright, good. I'll be back to your feet.
Were there more runestones? Something?
Roll me perception.
For who?
Everyone.
7.
No. I have not one. I'm too busy
16.
looking over my fruits.
Yeah.
My face.
12.
15's plus, so I think it's only our guard captain. You see at the edge of the light. Would you have
7.
7? Yeah. You see at the edge of the light, almost kind of barely darting in and out with the flickers of a torch, some sort of gargoyle-type creature. Amorphous. I say gargoyle in the, it's got one of those weird, perverse expressions upon it, where you can't really understand the emotion, but somehow it just looks wrong.
Light on a pebble, chucking
Yeah.
at it.
The entirety of the thing as it comes into looks to be an amorphous thing. You see it's got 3 arms on the left, 4 arms off of its head, a mouth that is along the right side of its body running almost the entire length.
Would I have ever turned
Mutated
fire?
weeping angels. I don't know.
It's statue.
Would I have ever seen
But you can-
an entity like this?
Nope.
I was thinking more of like religious beings.
Nope.
Does it seem like a statue or like some sort of living entity or?
It looks to be a statue through and through. I say you can see various small stalactites where there's small stone growths on it.
Okay.
It's
About
clearly
where that
something that's been
statue
here for a
is.
while.
How far away are you from it, roughly?
How far are you guys? About 30 feet.
Is that where the incident occurred?
The incident happened a little bit closer to it from where you guys are now.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was
You guys were approaching it, yes.
is it facing at us on the
Yep.
side?
In so much as it's covered with eyes on it, the 3 sides of it you can see. Somehow you gauge that it is facing you.
That's not great.
I can do detect magic, but I think that's not really going to give us much more information. We already,
How far to Mulder?
Well, there's
I'd have to look, but it's all solid stone in here.
I was gonna say, can I roll Arcana to try to figure out why I passed out?
Go for it.
15.
You know that your mind just turned itself off.
Were they facing?
Likely
would've-
to prevent some sort of irreparable damage to it.
Thermal shutdown.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
I could at least see what kind of spell magic it is.
And radiant hard rock.
maybe.
No.
What if it's evil rock?
Maybe then. I mean, technically, I guess it can, but it technically assaults life force.
Yeah.
Because when we're looking at like stone golems,
flame
it can
blight
hurt
radiance.
them. But
Shoot a living wall.
Well, while they're trying to figure out what to do, I'm gonna start ritual casting detect magic.
okay.
Just for not sure what else to do.
You guys would have seen this kind of as he's waking up, so you've had 10 minutes. It's up, no magic.
No magic.
Hmm.
Nothing in either direction, anywhere.
Nope, aside from his magical pebble, which has light on it.
That's odd.
It is indeed.
And you guys were walking towards it. Would they have seen it?
They did not see it.
With the 15 I rolled in Arcana, would I have been able to tell what the source was?
The source was something that manifested itself in your brain. Thinking of the last minutes of your consciousness or last split seconds. Almost a horror, but you never really knew what the horror was about or from.
It's like trying to remember a nightmare. It's like you don't really remember the specifics anymore. You just kind of remember how you felt.
You're trying to remember a nightmare 3 days out.
Hmm.
You're more analytical, like, I think that was fear?
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Destroy the statue. If you have anything that can destroy the statue, do so now.
Unfortunately, that's the problem.
I could destroy the statue? No, but I can try to fire an arrow at it.
See if that works.
Okay, I'll knock an arrow and shoot it.
Alright?
The old scientific method.
Sacred flame.
That is a 13.
Alright, as I say, it's AC 5, so hit, roll damage.
Alright. 5 damage.
Alright. D20 roll.
4.
Alright, so the DC is 10 plus damage, you did 14. Or you did 4 damage or 5 damage?
5.
So DC 15, you rolled 4, so you fell by 10. So that is a second level.
Oh dear.
You need me to roll?
D100.
Okay. That is 100.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah,
Yep, nope.
it's
You're
100.
unconscious.
Is that 100 or?
Yeah, it's 100.
Okay.
What is the...
It's
is
0,
the-
0,
0.
0.
That is 0.
Oh.
That is not a 100. Or sorry,
Okay.
wait, 0, 0, 0, 0. That is 10.
What? Huh?
Pure
One-
zeros is
one
10.
should be 10.
1,
Oh,
0,
okay,
0
it's
would
10.
be 10, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That is a perfect 10. How else can you make 10?
1, 0,
1, 0, 0, 0.
Hmm?
You
No,
get
alright.
this is a 1, and the
no.
singles is a 0.
No, the singles is always a 10. Because otherwise you can roll 0 on a dice. The way a D100 works is in order for everything to be perfect, triple zeros is a 10.
So what is 10 and 0?
Rolling a 10 and 0, 20.
What?
10 plus 10 is 20. The one's die.
Well, that's a completely different mechanic.
No,
Yeah, no,
here's
that's-
this. If you roll a 0,
on it
if
means
you
a 10.
That's a completely different mechanic from D1.
that is the only way you can get every single number represented on a D100.
Okay, because we've rolled all zeros before in another campaign, and it was 100.
All right, so
So-
if this
Oh.
represents a 0 then,
100.
and that represents a 100, then what happens if I roll 008?
That's
You
just
got an
8.
8.
That's
Okay.
just 8. Yeah.
Now what happens if I roll... I'm going to try to find the logical fallacy here because I don't have it mapped out on paper. I've mapped it out on paper before.
00, then 10.
001.
1.
1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we get through 9. Now how do we make a 10?
1, 0,
1, 0,
0.
and a 0.
100. Okay.
We always one mechanic we always used is that the single one that only has one symbol on it is the single spot, and the double-digit one was the 10 space. If it was all zeros, it was 100, and a roll of 0 is impossible to get.
Yes. Which is why the 0 represents 10. Otherwise, what is rolling a 9-0 and a 0?
9-0.
9-0 on the 10
That's a
dice
90.
and a 0.
That's a 90.
But then you're just saying the 0 represents 10.
No, I'm saying the 0. That is a 0. Hold on, I'll show it. Okay.
I've never.
This
heard
is how I've
conversation.
always.
I've never heard
So,
this conversation
If
before.
I roll this and I got an 8-0 and a 1, that's an 81.
How
'Cause
did we
this
go
is a
through a
single
year
spot.
campaign and this never came up?
Nobody ever got a zero.
No, we
a
did.
single spot.
We actually did.
If this had been
and on the reincarnation,
0 and
it
this
was
had
all
been
zeros.
also a 0, then that's 100.
So triple zeros you're saying is 100.
Yeah.
Because this 0 always represents 0 and this 0 always represents a 100.
This one always represents the 10 spot, and the only one that you can get that's weird is this. If you get a 9 on this one, a 9 and 0, it's going to be in the 90s. An 8 and 0 on this one, it's going to be in the 80s.
So, all right. So double 0, everything equal. So that represents. So then triple
So
0
that
is
means
100.
there's, zero,
and then
there's
you have
no
1
10
through 9.
spot. Yeah, and then you go 1 through 9. If you got a 0, it'd be a 100.
Okay. So then that is one way of looking at it. I had interpreted it the other way of never switching any number on the die. By switching a number on the die, then you're functionally doubling the math on getting a 100. Because you're switching 1 0 to a 0. You're flipping 2 spots on the dice and having them represent each other rather than having them represent a static value. Because if this 0 always represents 0, and this makes it a 100.
See, I was represented as this, the 0 being on the single spot, is
Yeah.
not being representative of 10, but being representative of 0.
Yeah, okay, so this one's 0, and then that one's pure 100.
So that
And
means
this
that
is always a 100, and then if you roll 8, you rolled 108. You're switching the number on the die.
I don't think
If
that's
all right, if you roll pure 0,
Yeah, for the
What
double,
is
the
it, 10?
double,
Let's
double
just
digit.
continue.
That means there's no
Yeah.
10 spot.
yes, and you have a 10.
No, there's no 10 spot. 0, 0 is it's going to be a single number unless it's a 0. If it's a 0, that means it's going to be a 100 total.
Yes.
This is the only weird.
All right, but my point is you're changing the
Are
numbers on
there
the dice.
anyone left in chat?
There are people in chat. No one as yet has mentioned this. Although
I can understand why no one would get involved in this.
Yeah.
I wish I hadn't.
It's a 10. Let's just move on.
DM rules.
For now, yeah. We'll do whatever the DM
Yeah.
says.
I'm looking up to see if there's a ruling on it.
No, because we rolled all zeros in our campaign before, and it was rolled as 100.
And the same thing. That's a holdover I had playing the Warhammer 40k pen and paper system. They just had that as 100.
I've never heard of it being any other way. So, but whatever.
All right, let's see.
It's like the chances are still the same, any which way. It doesn't change the mechanics in the math.
Oh wait, now they're talking percentages. That's not what I like. I'll read D100. That's what we want. Because I have always read it as this is 0 through 10, and this is 0, 0 through 9, 0. So 90 plus 10, and those are the 2 dice you roll.
Yeah, always is. This one is being basically 10 to 90, and the 0, 0 being the like 9 or lower.
The way it is written out here, I'm on a Giant in the Playground. There's no official one here. Is reading the same. You have a 0 through 10, or if you have a 1 through 10 and a 0 through 90. So if you roll 90 and 10, that's 100. If you roll double 0, then everything you roll here is 0 through 10.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Because
for now.
otherwise,
It's weird.
the caption they're running into is, so what happens if you roll 1, 0, 0?
It'd be a 10.
Yes. So then, technically, if you go up to 20, you're doubling the number. You have one spare number you keep rounding up.
I don't think so. If you got a 0 on the single die, it's treated as that means 0.
Well, that's the thing. They're saying this is a D10. It has 1 through 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For basically for this one, it says it's actually a 0 through 9.
Yeah. So the way they're reading it is you have a 1 through 10 because you can't roll a 0 on any die. And then you have a 0s through 90.
Okay. Yeah, I think just
And that's the way I'm going to
Alright.
hold it.
that's fine.
Okay, so what's my effects?
All right. What was your actual number given those
10.
readings? Okay.
I'm gonna get them all water.
I think I need some vodka. I think my character's gonna start drinking after that one. But it's good to draw that line now. Get it out of the way.
All right.
And just for brevity, I did cast Sacred Flame on that as well. Because I
Okay.
did say no on the statue.
Yep.
because I did say
You
it.
did. Roll me a D4. Not you. You wanted your effect. Roll me a D4.
4.
4. How much money do you have?
42.
Double count it. You got 42? I double count it again. It might have changed.
Oh, that's your thing. Is your
Triple counted. I mean, it might have changed.
Yeah.
you're
For the
paranoid.
next 100 hours.
Oh boy.
How
That's max
How-
length.
how appropriate.
For the next 100 hours, you are counting your coins like, but did two of them stick together? They might have stuck
I
together.
don't know, I'll count again.
Yeah, so he kind of gets down. Roll damage on Sacred Flame.
Okay.
It fails as it can't move.
Yep. 8.
8.
Would I be able to tell
Roll
that
me
this
a-
is a non-naturally induced effect?
Yes. But then you got to count your coins because the number probably changed.
Can I tell them
D100.
that it...
Well, actually, straight D20 roll first. DC 18. But it's a compounding fail.
8.
8 failed by 10. D100.
Double zeros and a 6.
So a single 6.
Okay.
How many coins do you have?
Coins? I've got 10.
Double count it.
Okay.
It might have been 9.
It
It could have been 11.
Okay.
He's counting.
I'm just standing here watching two of them count their
Yeah.
money over and over.
Well, see,
You've
that's an
only got-
interesting thing. If
You've only got 30 hours of that.
that's fine.
So they both count spells and then immediately begin to doubt their wealth.
That's fine. With my backstory and how my character would be, like I'd just put my money on the ground and not even worry about it. Like if I started doubting my wealth and,
Yeah.
and I don't have any wealth to doubt.
But how much wealth did you leave in that pile? You should see how much you left.
Loopholes, man, loopholes.
So, my character's in summer form, the form of not giving a shit, but I do care about my money apparently.
That's fine.
Well, actually, sorry, wait. You didn't roll me a D4. I need the
No, I
D4 roll before we determine its coins.
3.
3, sorry. You are constantly praying to your deity and cannot stop for the next 30 hours. The character
So
feels
like
compelled to
comatose?
The character feels compelled to repeat a specific action over and over, such as, in your case, praying, in your case, counting coins.
Very
So he's just over there. Our father.
stereotypical for
Over
the
and over
rogue
again.
to be counting coins and the priest to be praying.
Yep.
Okay.
At one point, your god's gonna be like, "Oh my god, someone shut this dude up."
Who's God's God?
Cthulhu.
Who's Cthulhu stuff?
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu
He's
is one
just
of the
a-
old ones. He would worship Negro. Like that.
No, Nazim from Cloud District.
He gets up to the Cloud District, you know.
Alright.
I don't remember who he would technically fall under. He's one of, I can't remember the name. These names, you can't remember those names.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
H.P. Lovecraft figured it out somehow.
He wrote it down and then we used copy paste. Only the old version of what did I write on that paper? Got it.
So am I able to say anything?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You can still interact normally. It's just you if you're not doing it, you're like, I need to be doing this right now.
Well, it's definitely the statue, guys.
Yeah.
Can we even leave at this point? Like every time we try to go forward, things happen. Can we just?
We have to destroy the statue. We can't go back because we destroyed the fungus. And the next time bugs come, they're going to be at full health and everything.
Unless you have a way of moving forward.
How much damage does the statue look fairly damaged?
No.
No?
And it looks undamaged entirely.
Is the arrow sticking out of it?
No, it glanced off.
Okay.
Alright,
As you would
I need to take
expect
that out.
stone.
Sorry.
I think this might
Right,
be
one
something
more
that
shadow.
we might want to ask
Theodore?
Theodore. Theodore. Yeah,
You
Theodore.
ain't coming down here.
I didn't.
Right.
I didn't say anything about that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
If we can leave,
While
Will you
counting
stop
my
there?
coin, can I rave from
I
the
can't help
statue
it,
again?
man.
Yeah.
I'm worried
Go
that
ahead.
he doesn't hear me. All,
sitting
like
right
all
now.
my insecurities are
Modified
coming out
20.
now.
What?
Modified 20.
Roll damage.
8 damage.
Alright.
Magical. 8.
Roll me a d20.
8.
Roll me a d100. This is ending the same way it ended last time.
77. I just want to see if it gets any more damage, because this is...
Your spells appear to be not affecting it. The character suffers partial amnesia. Character knows who he or she is, retains all racial traits, class features, doesn't recognize people or remember anything that happened before this effect took effect. So you kind of, oh, I don't even know how many coins I have. Let's count. These people might have stolen them.
Okay, I'm just going to stay here and count like 2. How many coins was I at?
Yeah.
I'll start over.
2. You were at 2.
Okay, I gotta restart. Any idea? Do you have any idea on how long this will last?
Nope. I do.
I have a question. When he threw the stone in with the light cast on it,
Yep.
How far or how close is that to the statue?
Maybe 10 feet in front of it.
Okay, but the light still.
Yeah, it illuminates it.
Does the cave end at that? Or is
No, it
branch off?
continues back, and you see there's some sort of structure behind it.
Can you mold earth here?
Not on
There's no
stone.
dirt here.
Mold earth from like a while back and just
Outside
Bring
the
it in.
cave. Like what?
You're at a
Miles?
mile, a little over a mile down, yeah.
How long did it take us to get down to this point from the entrance?
You guys
of the
were
cave?
going at half speed, so it's taken you about 20, 30 minutes. Chat wants to know if you're cheating on your phone.
No, it's something to keep my brain awake. So
Yeah.
It's called I Love You. It's quite entertaining. It's like color matching. Not sponsored.
No,
yeah.
no. Carry on.
I guess head back.
I got nothing.
Nothing else to do.
I ain't got any ideas.
My question is, can we go back?
I mean, there's nothing.
I'll start walking
stopping
back.
us.
Okay. Roll me
I don't want to
perception.
hear this thing.
Everyone can give me a perception at this point.
Oh no.
You can still give me a perception.
20.
20?
Modified 20.
22.
14. Actually, 15. Sorry.
22. You see something slinking in the shadows, going deeper into the cave, past the statue. You guys catch it at the edge. It appears to have moved almost as if it were a shadow manifest, moving down. You're not sure. It probably would have had to move by you, but you never saw it move by you.
How tall was it?
How tall was it? About 2 feet. Fetch Pygmies, Ghost Edition. Pygmies After
Undead
Dark.
pygmies. Spectral pygmies.
Vampire pigs.
It's definitely spider pygmies.
Spider pygmies.
So we can't leave.
Nothing stopping you.
Okay, I leave.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm walking back.
I don't know these people. I'm counting my coins.
Okay.
Realizing that he's not going, I'm going to try to persuade him that we.
Just give me a charisma check on that. Sure.
Stranger danger.
It's summer. You give no shits.
Yeah.
12.
It's as good as being anywhere. He's got food. You're gonna need food.
I got 10 rations.
Yeah. He knows who
But
we are.
You might have food.
Are you
No, he
sure
I
doesn't.
have amnesia.
Are you
No,
sure
he
you
does
have
not.
10 rations?
Oh, it was everything before this event?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does not recognize other people or remember anything that happened before this event took place.
So just me.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you guys walk back.
Yep.
Wind your way back up and draft you're on the surface.
Yeah. I want to go ask Theodore about this.
And if not, you can call Etha. Ask her about it because she has that walkie-talkie thing.
Except he can't contact elves with it.
Yeah, he'd reach out to
Oh yeah,
the
the
keeper.
human. Well, the human can ask Etha. And then
Alright, so you guys are going to hunt down Theodore.
Yeah.
You go to his room in the tavern. Door is shut.
I guess I'd just be following them while counting my coins.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Gotta count your coins on the move. Get your steps in while you're counting coins. How many coins do you have? Keep counting!
During the trip, I would. Would I be able to gather that he has no information on
Yes.
who we are? Okay. I'm going to make sure he's in a safe place,
Mm-hmm.
and give him a little bit of food, a little bit of water, and say, "Look, stay here, please. We don't mean any harm."
It's got a table. You can count coins while you eat and drink.
Sweet.
All right.
I feel
Multitask.
like dealing with somebody that's on a bad trip and just like tucking them away, putting a blanket over them. Just, it'll be okay. Just sleep it off.
Alright.
I've seen people on a bad trip. That ain't it.
Alright, so. You guys. Door is shut.
knock.
No response.
After I got him tucked away,
Yeah.
I'll go back. To
You come up and you hear them knocking and waiting awkwardly outside the door.
Yeah, I'm kicking that sucker in.
Alright, roll me a strength check.
I have these tools.
That's an 11. That's enough. It's a DC 10. Solid kick. Does some damage to the locking mechanism, but it's open.
I'll fix that.
Room's
later.
empty.
In like 100
I mean,
hours
his
or so.
belongings,
Yeah.
paltry as they are
Are they?
present.
Can I fix the door?
Inspect. Is there any notes or anything like that?
I go down. And start
There's
to
nothing.
open the door.
Alright. You're going down, looking for him. Where are you going?
Just search around town.
Alright.
What's the over under on that being thing we saw down there?
Huh?
What's the over under on that being thing we saw down there?
What's looking through the shadows?
It's the right height.
It's true.
It's very true. But I'm gonna be looking.
It's weird that he was supposed to be in his room that was locked from the on the inside. He's not in there. Which means he probably got away.
Maybe it wasn't prison enough. He had to go find
I'm gonna
somebody.
change that real quick.
What are you doing?
No, so I'm looking around town
Okay.
for him.
Give me
Ask
a
the barkeeper to
perception
see.
check.
That's gonna be a 19.
Can't find him,
I want to go ask.
nor
the,
any sign of him.
I want
What?
to ask the bartender if she's seen him, or somebody that's working
Sure.
there that's seen
Yeah.
him go up.
Go ahead, roll me a charisma check.
Oh boy. No. 16.
Okay.
That's a negative.
She just kind of leans back. She's been cleaning off the bar, wiping stuff down after lunch. Actually, no, she went at breakfast, so it's not lunch. She's prepping for lunch. She says, "Yeah, I wandered out a little bit more than 45 minutes ago.
Okay.
Concern you?"
You see where it was going?
Yeah, no, I'm not going that back now.
And she looks at you. "Honey, he said he walked out. He wasn't talkative."
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that spend. I'm gonna say the rest of the day there at the tavern, praying
Yep.
and keeping an eye on him. That's it.
All right.
I ain't doing nothing else.
Lunch comes and goes. There's not a gnome to be seen.
That's fine.
Dinner comes. There is a gnome who happily plunks himself down at a table, accepts a plate of food, and begins eating.
Yeah, no, I take the food away.
He
Well,
looks at
pray.
you and with a really pouty gnome face of, "But that was mine."
I'm sorry. This is food that is for people who carry their weight.
I am more than capable of carrying my weight on my own feet.
Where were you earlier?
In my room.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. I woke up there. I had breakfast. I returned to there. I reviewed my notes.
Well,
Where
you went
were
into
in
your room and you
between?
weren't there.
Oh, I eventually left my room, yes. I had to go down and see this cave you had found.
Alright, what did you see in the cave?
Oh, all sorts of wonderful old ruins. A lot of psychic magic there as well. Tests one's sanity.
You don't say.
Yes, we encountered that. Is there any way to get past it?
Oh, yes.
I think we saw you
Have
there,
a
Raven.
good, sane mind about you on your shoulders.
We'll never make it.
That counts as intelligence, right? It's an intelligence check. You said
That's a sanity check.
sanity.
What
Okay.
is-
Currently, no one has. It's a 6th stat or 7th stat that's not on your sheets.
Okay.
No one has any bonuses or penalties to it at this point in
It's
time.
just like a
Which
straight roll.
straight d20 roll.
All right. Is there any way to counteract or stop its effects? We couldn't get past. the
There
statue.
are items you can use to stay sane. Yes, I saw the giants tended to have them.
What kind of items? Just
He draws out a symbol for you. Symbol they used to keep around their necks. It's the God sign. You had been shown it previously.
okay.
Amulets of that tend to assist in one's sanity.
Any thoughts on where those might be available?
You make one. You get a bit of wood, you whittle it down, you get one.
Oh, okay. That sounds easy.
Yeah.
Is there potentially there was a statue down there that seemed to be causing the effect. I don't know for sure if it was this statue. I described the statue.
Ah, yes. The Sharkoth.
Shark.
Sharkoth, yes. It's a shark, but gothic.
I'm not familiar with any particular shark that looks like that, but very well. Is
For a
that
fact
was
there's a
that
shark.
that was that the object that was producing the psychic effect?
You could call it that. It's looking at it twists your brain in weird ways. You need the amulet to protect you.
Right. Is there any way to destroy that object? Or...
Destroy it? Yes. Who wants to die?
All right. So how would we?
Anyone attacking it will have its brain broken into little tiny pieces.
What about how heavy is it? Can we move it potentially?
It's fastened to the stone floor. Seemed to have been carved or placed wherever it was. So much so it melded with the stone around it.
Time to get some pickaxes.
Well,
Well, I think
dig
mud
under it.
considered an attack.
I'm gonna go find a nice piece of whittling wood.
yes. Thank you. I guess. Well, I guess we have some whittling and wood carving to do.
Okay,
I give him a bag for plate of food.
Ah, dinner.
I just slowly walk away.
Right.
He bouncing back and forth as he shoves a roll of bread into his mouth.
Just give me
The
strength
entire
not to
roll.
punt this sucker.
Piggy punt.
I'm gonna put that down as a move. A pygmy punt.
It's your
Your
battle
new
master
title, the
ability.
Piggy
Yep.
Hunter.
So he confirmed though you have to see it in order to get affected by it.
No, he confirmed you need to be in its area, but seeing it does play with your mind.
Okay.
Blocking line of sight to it will increase resistance to it.
Okay.
Does not guarantee resistance to it.
I have a question that would be more of a game mechanic, and if my character would understand how that works.
Mhm.
Would something like Enhance Ability give advantage on a sanity roll?
Does enhance ability have a target for sanity stat?
Because it doesn't exist in D&D.
It does. It's in the alternate rules for DMG.
Oh, okay.
This is
So
a
it's
straight.
So it's and it's
It
all
and
stats.
honor are also stats, yes. But except rather than rolling them, I have added an extra 10 to your standard array that you all took in sanity. You also all have a 10 in honor, but honor stat has not come up yet.
Okay.
We'll adjust the sanity stat if and when you have items that adjust said sanity stat or penalize said sanity stat.
So if something has all other standard stats used, they specifically left those out, or
Correct. Now, with the exception of there are feats you can take where it says any saving throw you may gain proficiency in. That would allow you to gain proficiency in sanity saving throws. And such with that would be delving into the nether regions of sanity.
gotcha.
Alright, I guess we're going out and carving the things with the symbol.
Sure.
It's a relatively simple symbol. Some of you, I mean, you can even find branches that are mostly in the shape. Because just, oh, break that there, break that here, okay.
Can you not
Sit
just,
down.
would it not work carving into items?
You can carve it into an item, yeah.
Yeah. That would be not really something. I mean, you can carve it into, or, you know, lay it into your armor. I have to worry about it.
Into leather armor.
Yeah.
Leather armor, you'd have to inlay it at construction.
Okay. I mean, like a spear that I have, or
Yeah.
a torch.
We're just like carving into everything, like the bottom of our shoes, and
No, yeah.
Just get some paints.
So I make an amulet.
Yeah, I'd say amulet is the
Whittle.
ideal thing to put it down.
I make a wooden amulet with
Yeah.
whittling. Do I have to make a craft check or something like that?
No, this is relatively simple, and if you mess it up, you're just like, oh, I broke it. Chop.
then
Or mend, yeah. Oh, it snapped.
Always
Fixed it.
mix up ones.
You may all add wooden god sign amulets.
Would that include me? Or no?
I
is that
made
counting
one.
for it?
Yes.
I made
say I'll make some.
Yeah.
Okay.
The gnome strikes up a wonderful conversation with you, just probing your mind and understanding. He keeps saying something about, it's interesting to see how they break. Speaking of brains and minds.
I was just ask, did you see any weird bug things when you were down there? No?
A lot of untouched rooms, artifacts, odd little altars. Opted just to not touch anything. Usually better that way. Oh, he snaps his fingers and you return to normal, feeling no urge to count coins, and you also gain recollection of everything that happened before. So your memories flood through you like a shot of adrenaline.
Welcome back.
I think I'm gonna go trans.
Is trans like a drug for you?
do,
Trans man.
do a line of trance.
Man, you want to go out there in the garden and do a trans? Alright, go back immediately. And we gotta kind of take care of this now because if the things come back, there's no fungus stop.
He's still sitting there praying over and over again.
No, I think what we need to do is just let everybody rest, recuperate, regroup. Wait till tomorrow and start again tomorrow.
I gotta start heading out.
Start heading out. It is 10 o'clock, so we will call it here.
Okay.
It's a good breaking point.
Yeah.
Still level 3.
Welcome. Yep.
We delivered rope.
And send off our first ship.
Yeah.
Yep. The ship has been delivered. The ship actually at this point should have already made it back to the mainland.
Mm-hmm.
So people are going to be coming at some point in time.
At some point in time.
Yes.
Session went up
No
a
problem.
little different than I had anticipated. It'll be
Isn't that how
interesting.
D&D goes.
Yeah.
You never know until it's done.
Where I guess I can leave it off with this. In the morning, you guys are actually awakened by the guard. There's been a murder in the city.
Oh dear.
You got one job.
Is it the number?
One job.
No.
Damn it. Was it caused by the number?
That freaking job.
I don't know. We got to find out.
Yeah, so you guys are going to be investigating next session.
Well, good luck. I'm gonna be fussing at my guard the entire season.